Well, hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, and I'm so glad to be here at this moment to share with you. Over in St. Paul, they're having the trial that involves Brother George Floyd. Well, they got a gathering of people across the country, perhaps, that acknowledging that they are witnessing and observing what's going on in this particular trial. Not only that, we got an assembly of people who are gathered here in the streets of Minneapolis or St. Paul. Well, Minneapolis, I'm so sorry about that. And the occasion is the trial. Now, for me, I'm not there to be with them, even though spiritually I am there with them. The reason that I'm not there with them is because I'm working at a different level on this particular effort to bring justice to all people. And I want you, those of you who are listening to my voice today, to focus on some things that I want to draw attention to. You know, while we are fighting for justice with George Floyd, there are those out there who are looking for, or what you call, an O.J. Simpson moment. They're not looking for justice at all. They just want victory at any cost. At any cost. When I say any cost, I'm referring to the efforts that were made by the last president of the United States to try to maintain power and to exert power over the people of this nation by inviting people at various locations to change the law, to commit felonies, to lie, to cheat, to help him steal. And the people would love it because they did it for their favor, as he has spent his whole presidency trying to divide the people and keeping them separated and stacking the particular institutions that's supposed to guide the dictates of government amongst the people, stacking them to have his advantage. And the whole world has seen that, especially the American people. And they've put up with it. They've allowed this to happen. And now, one of the greatest things to just slap us in the face, to slap the people of America, especially people of color, in the face, is what they're doing down in Georgia. The governor who stole the election, who was a little smarter than the president, but he took what the president has engendered over these years and the past several months and institutionalizing it in the state of Georgia. And for several days, we have known this as American people. To me, every citizen in Georgia who cares about the rights of everybody to have voting, to have a voice, to have it the way it is made easy for everybody, not complicated, easy for everyone. And for those people who are running for office, gotta have something to offer. You got nothing to offer, you can't steal an election. And so the people should be in the streets. The state should be shut down. The state, all of its institutions should, for a period of time, be boycotted, standing up against this injustice, standing up against this evil act. And the American people are waiting around to see what the system of justice is going to do, what the courts are going to say. It has nothing to do with law, ladies and gentlemen. It might have a measure, but it's bigger than that. It has to do with righteousness. It has to do with evil. And this is an evil act. And all righteous people should stand up against it with indignation. And the people in Georgia should be led by the senators, the United States senators from Georgia, the United States Congress representatives, all of them from Georgia should be out there in the streets, leading these people in the streets, giving them voice, calling their voices forth, so that the nation can see that Georgians are saying, we are not standing for this. We're not going to wait and see what the courts are going to do. We don't have that kind of time, because every day that it stands is a day that it is normalized, and we must do something about it today. Now, that seems to be the reasonable thing to happen in Georgia. However, that is not happening in Georgia. Now, sure, they're going to try to, here in Minneapolis, show some more power by doing everything they possibly can to let these policemen off, say that they were doing their duty. Why? Because they were protecting the American way. They were protecting the privileged community. They were protecting the slave masters. They were protecting the American way. And as the evidence of so many that have been murdered and shot down by these evildoers who haven't even been brought to court, haven't had anything charged against them, because so deeply have we as a people been treated as people of color as less than human by people who call themselves superior, by people who call themselves representative of God, who have no plan, no vision for all of us, the people, but want to be master of us all and got a place for all of us down in from slavery up to the poor. And you're talking about the poor. Every day the poor die. They are the relatives of someone, somewhere, that can't get to them. You're talking about people that have it dying from a coronavirus, and you're standing outside, at least you're close. But what about being in another state when your mother, your father dies, or your brother, your sister pass along, or your cousin? You can't get to them because you're too poor. And they have to try to find the easiest way they possibly can to bury them, because people are dying like flies almost, it seems. I know in my family, my loved ones, the ones that I've been speaking out for, the ones that give me drive and gravy to stand up, because I know if I can speak for them, I have to speak for you. And I have to speak for you. Why? Because if anybody's deserving, then everybody is deserving. So that's the voice that I carry out for. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as I think about these things, I think about the thousands of videos. I was just thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about these thousands of videos that I have on YouTube and Facebook. Thank goodness for these social media. But what I have to admit they really are, they're just conversations that I have with myself. My spirit man, that spirit life inside of me, with my observation life around me. And I'm here on a mission, led by that spirit power, to see and recognize darkness and understand the light and advocate the light in spite of the darkness, and to put yourself on the line. That's what I do. And yet, I know that people can understand that. Now, this is a level that comes through a personal relationship with the powers that be. This is not about somebody telling you. This is not about you reading. This is not about you acting like other people act. This is not about you just performing ritualistic stuff that you're being guided to do. This stuff comes by having a true relationship with God that eliminates all of the doubt. Now you can truly recognize where the power is. You know where you come from. You know why you are. You have achieved that purpose. And now you're shining to become the light. The light that you were made to be. And that's each and every last one of us. But we come in our own time. And so by coming to the light, I know that even those who love me do not respect the message that I bring. Even those of you who are living in poverty, you do not truly respect the message I bring. Oh, to hear it, you say it sounds good and everything, but if somebody asks you to support it, you don't even have time for that. You figure it's a waste of time. You've been brainwashed and trained to believe that it's a waste of time. And those of you who are religion, you know you don't believe this. This is heresy. Because it's actually calling people to live. And so with the response that I have received over the 40 years, it would be my evaluation that the whole purpose, I'm not going to go all through that, but getting to this point, the whole purpose is to stand here, shine like the sun, so that the darkness can be invaded and America and the earth changes, or the darkness down in the depths of it say we can't have it, and you have to lay down your life, I have to lay down my life, we have to lay down our lives, which basically means that in this whole world thing, in this existence thing, the whole purpose is to make a decision. What side are we going to be on, the darkness or the light? If we're on the darkness because we've been trained that way, we don't know anything about the other way, and they got us programmed to stay there, and then got us put some fears that if we try to go any other way, that it bothers them, they're going to take us out. Well, I just want you to remember, they say when you were on the good side, you were given the same warning. All of this wonderful stuff I'm telling you that we can have is just a repeat of stuff we've always had. But somebody tried to tell us we could have it better, and we gave into that. And we came over here in hell. And over here now, there are a lot of people got, the billionaires and millionaires, they do anything they want to do. And to them, it seems like they got it so much better because they take the life out of the rest of us. They just choking us, take the life out of all of us. And so it seems like they got so much better. When on this side, everybody got it so much better. So this is what my purpose is, ladies and gentlemen, is to tell everybody, let's get it so much better. So when this George Floyd situation is dealt with, when this thing in Georgia is dealt with, we as a people are going to have to recognize that nothing is going to change through a political front. It's not going to change. The whole system is designed to maintain itself as long as they can keep people to stick to the guns. And in order for us to make a change, we got to put the guns down. We got to bring in life. And the only thing that's justifiable, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing that's justifiable, Republicans, the only thing that is justified, conservatives, the only thing that is justified, Democrats, the only thing that is justified, liberals, whites, and blacks, and Americans, and all others, the only thing that is justified is treating everybody right, because no one is above anyone else. Why? Because there's only one above us all, and that is the power where we come and we exist. And that's it. Everything else, we are all angels. And anybody that tries to destroy that is a demon led by ignorance. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, and let's pursue that. Let's forget about what the Democrats are talking about. We talk about health care, we're talking about health care for everybody, the best health care. And we're not talking about some little health care plan here and there. No, we're talking about health care. Health care. We want as many people as interested in it to get in that industry, get good. We want to open it up. And everybody that's sick, we want you to go to and get the best health care you can possibly get. And all of you who feel that you like some education, we want to open these schools up. Make sure that you choose what you want to do and how you want to do it, and grab your school and go in there and be geniuses at what you want to do. Come back out in this world and serve us, serve humankind, serve one another like the individual you are made to be, so that we can all shine. Make sure that none of us have to ever be without food, clothing, and shelter. And we can all live with an infrastructure that's dynamically heaven and divine. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can't hear that from Satan. You can't hear that from the Democrats, Republicans, or anybody else. You're not going to hear that from the church. You're going to hear that where you just heard of that. Now, here's the question. What will you do about it? What you going to do about it? You say it sounds good. Will you commit yourself to it? People out there selling their bodies, trying to survive. Selling their bodies, ladies and gentlemen. But will you commit to something as easy as this? You ain't selling your body. People out there getting all in drugs and can't turn it loose, and it's killing them, tearing them apart. But they feel that there's nothing else left for them to do because they can't turn to the things that work. Why? Because the society and the systems of society is denying them, and no one wants to stand with them. Come on, my friends. Come on. Come on. Act like angels and not like devils, okay? Think about it. I want to thank you once again for giving me this, your time. And until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.